It is week one of PFR Scoreboard on Lakeshore Public Television. Some exciting performances tonight. Some outstanding hopes for some local teams, I think, this year.
I think the Doolin is going to be very competitive. Yeah. I really like the way that teams like Michigan City have played. Delpo had a very good outing tonight.
There you go. 3 seconds in, you're already talking about the Doolin. Kevin Driscoll just turned the channel. All right, we'll be back with a full stock load of PFR Scoreboard coming up next on Lakeshore Public Television.
A Flex Equity line from Tech Credit Union gives you convenient access to cash whenever you need it. This home equity loan features a low introductory rate and no closing costs. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Learn more at techcu.org or call Tech Credit Union at 800-276-TECH. This public service announcement is brought to you by NIPSCO. Hitting an underground utility line while digging may cause serious injuries, disrupt service, and result in a fine. Call 811 2 business days in advance of digging to have lines marked.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is provided by Strack & Van Til Food Market. Custom decorated cakes, breads, and baked goods right from the oven. Domestic meats and artisan cheeses in every store. 7 days a week, fresh is more than just a word. Strack & Van Til, built around you.
Support for PFR and PFR Scoreboard is provided by Geminus, partnering for the future.
Well, maybe there's no real upsets tonight since no one's played a game.
That's true.
Well, let's start. We'll start with the defending 2A state runner-up, I think. The Whiting Oilers, they were in a tough matchup tonight with River Forest. Let's check out some of that action to start the season. Shall we?
You mean Wheeler. Was that Wheeler? You said, I think you said
I'm
Whiting.
sorry, I did say Whiting. Let's start with Wheeler. Hey, it's early in the season for me, too. There you go. Anyway, River Forest was leading Wheeler for early in this ball game. Wayne?
Yeah, River Forest played really well in this game for a while. Wheeler just kind of seemed to chip away.
Both River Forest and Lake Station led their games, and those are two football programs that have struggled in recent years. River Forest had a bounce-back year last year. Wheeler with a nice run there. The Bearcats expected to be strong on defense, maybe not as much on offense. You see the touchdown there. The fumble came afterwards.
Nice pass. Wide open receiver. Excellent job.
Bearcats came back in this football game. River Forest really, Wayne, had a kind of a bust-out year, something to build on last year.
Well, this is a nice play.
I think they got a freshman returned a kickoff return for touchdown today, too.
There's another nice catch.
Beautiful broken tackle there.
Well, this young man can
slant.
Throw the ball.
Yeah, nice slant for a touchdown. But Wheeler did come all the way back and win this game, 33-28. The Bearcats will take on Griffith next week, and Boone Grove will take on River Forest.
Hey, kudos to River Forest. I know they didn't pull this one out, but they look good just now.
They look very competitive. Okay, one of the big stories of the offseason, coaching change-wise, was Phil Mason over to Michigan City. The Wolves struggled a little bit last year on the field and off the field at times, and we'll see if they've got big expectations because they return a couple of outstanding running backs in Marquise Hurt and Vesley, Kane Vesley. Yeah, let's go to the highlights of Michigan City against a Griffith program that's looking to build on a season where they took a step up from a competitive standpoint, Wayne. Roy Richards, of course, the longtime Morton coach there in Michigan City with Coach Mason. A lot of the Andrean veteran staff there. This is Robert Falls on a reception for MC. McCullough is back at quarterback. And there's Marquise Hurt, who's already committed to Ball State, Wayne.
Right.
And Coach Mason thinks he's going to get more Division I offers.
Well, if he plays like he did tonight, there's no doubt that he's going to get more. But I like the McCullough kid. I mean, he's one of the two returning quarterbacks in the Duneland. Only two returning quarterbacks.
Right.
He played very, very well.
There's Michael McCullough on a run out of bounds, and you saw Sean McGill with a catch. And there's Marquise Hurt. You can't key on one running back because they've got two outstanding running backs.
Kane Vesey's very, very good.
But Griffith, the entire night, came back.
You know, that's what I was really impressed with. You know, Michigan City get up 2 touchdowns, Griffith would come right back and make it a 1-touchdown game.
Gaddafi Coleman right there with a nice run out of bounds deep inside Griffith territory.
Griffith's offense is going to give people problems because they have so many backs. They don't just have one. They have a number of kids that are very quick. The Walker kid and the Cottrell kid, and that's just 2 of them. They have like 3 or 4 that can score.
And a nice TD catch there by Joey Martosio.
Yes.
And I like the ability to throw. I love the misdirection running. Here's Kane Vesey right here for a TD.
Oh,
run.
yeah. Oh, yeah. This was a big one.
Michigan City and Griffith battled late into the night, and this one actually just ended a few moments ago. Had an injured Griffith player that delayed the game on the field. Hopefully he's okay. 49-28. Michigan City seemed to wear Griffith out a little bit there toward the end of the ball game. Big win for City. They're not used to winning. They need to build a winning tradition.
You know, people have said, can a coach really make that much of a difference? Phil Mason can make a difference. There's no doubt about that at Michigan City. He brings in a strong program. You're right. Coach Richards is with him, and they've got talent. They've always had talent. Now I think that they can make that next step.
I think attitude-wise initially, attitude-wise could be the big difference maker for them. Toughness down the road, obviously their schedule's going to get very difficult.
Sure it is.
But attitude-wise, and remember, Michigan City's in 5A.
Yes.
Okay,
that's right.
So when the real season starts in the postseason, they're not going to be playing with the big boys.
That's
they don't
right.
have that team from Osceola staring. They won't have to worry about drawing them in the first week of the postseason. All right, how about some Munster Lake Central, Wayne? You return to your old stomping grounds tonight, and wow, beautiful LC.
Oh, beautiful field. What a great field. And I'll tell you, Lake Central is going to make a statement this year. They are big. They've got a young quarterback, but
right.
He looked very, very good.
Zach Bandalo.
Right. He looked very good. And what he does is he has a star running back in Anthony Giles. He is outstanding. I think he had a 56-yarder.
Right.
Then he's got 2 outstanding receivers, Josh Benson and Austin Atkins.
Yeah, I think he's got more than 2.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Lake Central and Maryville really are similar. They've got deep, talented skill people at receiver and at running back, and a young quarterback.
Yes.
So they're going to be both very similar in that when they meet, they both are loaded with a lot of talented skill people.
You know, in Munster, and I was there for the first half, and I thought Munster played well. I think that the Stanley young man,
Danny Stanley.
Yeah, Danny Stanley. I think he played well. But I'll tell you, in Jumonville, Andrew Jumonville from Munster as a quarterback.
There he is going in for a touchdown.
That's right. But Lake Central was
Here's Anthony Giles right here, Wayne.
Right here. But Lake Central just was too big. This is a nice throw here. This is a nice throw. This young man's only a sophomore.
Well, Lake Central's got 2 guys you need to double team. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to double team both. That is a beautiful throw to Benson.
Again, I'll repeat. He did not play varsity last year.
No,
he played freshman.
Well,
he didn't. He played freshman.
They had a senior quarterback, and Ethan Darter.
Yeah.
So I mean, they really didn't need him.
He didn't even play JV. And
well,
he moved
he's
up,
showing some poise right there on these highlights.
That's right.
And you got seniors around him. You can hand the ball off, but they didn't look conservative tonight, Wayne.
No,
they were throwing the football.
That's right. Well, heck, when you got receivers like that, you better throw the football.
And how about Quincy Tribble?
Oh, he
spinorama.
picked up his ball.
Little spinorama
He's
move.
another sophomore, and He picked this one and took it to the house.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some talented guys everywhere. 35-7 for LC. All right, now, did Coach St. Germain go into the athletic office this summer and say, who are we playing the second week?
Well,
Lincoln Way Central.
I hope he researched
aren't those
this
Illinois
one.
schools big?
Yeah.
Don't they have about 6? I know LC's big, but isn't that like a 7,000 high school?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's huge. It's always one of the top 10 in the top class in Illinois. So this will be a good one. This will be a good one.
All right, how about some scores? Let's check out some of the scores from tonight. Northwest Indiana High School football. Gavitt got off to a great start behind Kyle Hurd.
Boy.
56-0 over Calumet. A little bit of a surprise, Culver knocking off the Jays.
Yeah, I was surprised at this one. By the score, too, 36-20.
Coach Rodriguez left Culver for Portage, and they get a win for their new coach. Hey, Hammond High was 10-2 a year ago. East Chicago, with Devontae Jones and company, 37-6. Coach Novak, whose team made some strides last year, they have a very impressive start against Hammond, who had a great year last year.
You watched Jones this year. He is Mr. Everything for that particular team.
Dustin Lindley had a touchdown run at 15 yards. You know, this was a close game. Remember, folks, Bishop Knoll hasn't won a game in 2 years.
Right.
Since 2014.
Right.
But they were down a touchdown in the second half of this game, I believe.
Yeah.
So they were awfully competitive tonight.
Hanover did a nice job, though, in winning this one.
Hobart got a 80-yard kickoff return from Brandon James to start the year. Well, that's nice. And then Christopher Tyler had a couple of touchdowns. Bricky's Westside down in numbers from what we're hearing player-wise.
Right.
So hopefully they'll get some more players out as school gets rolling. Knox 14-12 over Winamac.
Chesterton gets a nice upset here.
I think so.
Kokomo,
Big upset win
Kokomo is ranked in the state, you were saying.
Yes, they are.
So
And,
this is a nice payback
Mason
for last year.
Khalifa had 2 picks, a sack, and a blocked punt. Zach Johnson returned the block punt for TD. And we not only had a female, Jeanette Gray, as an assistant coach tonight for Lake Central. We had 2 young ladies kick extra points tonight.
Fantastic. I love it.
Sammy Capanella for Chesterton. And no one needed a kicker more than Maryville.
Yep.
And Megan Wise had some extra points tonight for Maryville. I think both are soccer players. So,
right. KV gets a nice
football
win.
coaches are getting a little smarter, Lane.
Yep, they are.
You know, okay.
They've been listening to us.
Got to go and find some extra points, some kickers. You got to look at the girls' soccer team, I think. Yeah, KV with a nice win at home over Rensselaer. Another upset is North Newton over Southland, 14-2. Valpo Penn was 7-7 at half.
Yeah.
So I think that's an encouraging opener for Valpo on the road. Their defense is going to be very good. Valpo moved the ball somewhat offense. It just didn't get it in the end zone.
Right.
And then Penn took advantage in the second half. Tough opener for Boone. I know Wabash is ranked as well.
Yes.
No score. I think the Delphi Roosevelt game, I thought that might be tomorrow.
I thought so too.
Okay, South Central got 2 GDs from Kyle Schmack. They came back as Lake Station had a 9-0 lead in that game. So South Central comes back and gets a much-needed victory. We're going to go to a timeout. When we come back, we'll have more highlights, more scores coming up next on PFR Scoreboard.
For more information on everything Prep Football, visit us on Facebook or on Twitter at PFR Sports.
As you saw right there, Wayne, Thursday night we'll be back with PFR. It's not starting last night, of course, as you all know. It starts next Thursday night. We didn't want to take all those viewers away from that second preseason game for the Bears.
That's right.
So we gave them a break, and we didn't have an opening show last night. All right, let's go out to Bulldog Turf, Lowell and Crown Point. meeting, the annual leather helmet ball game, Wayne, and this was a defensive battle.
You know, you'd think that a 0-0 game that goes 4 quarters would be boring. This was not.
No, it was very exciting. Had a couple mixed field goals by both teams, I think, on both sides. I know blocked. I think Crown Point had a couple blocked.
Yes.
So Lowell and Crown Point were ready for those highlights. The Bulldogs, we knew, Wayne, were going to have an outstanding defense.
Yes.
Lowell coming off a year, obviously heartbreaking loss in the regional to South Bend St. Joe's. Crown Point struggled offensively last year, but their defense came up big tonight. Obviously, first game without Ike James for Lowell.
That's right. Number 6 there is Jordan Jusovich, the Juice they call him.
He didn't play a lot on
And,
offense,
he
though,
didn't.
Wayne.
He is
Not
a
till overtime.
defensive. He is
Yeah,
a
he's
defensive star.
yeah, definitely one of the top juniors in the state. Already has multiple Division I scholarship offers.
And as a sophomore, last year as a freshman, he was a national.
Oh, he's a junior now. Junior now, but yeah, his freshman year he was All-American.
Yes.
You're right. As a sophomore, but you know, I guess there's something about where he's not going to play as much offense.
Right.
But you know, Lowell with some offensive line starters back, so I think that's a little bit of surprise. Another Hornicle, a different Hornicle brother at quarterback this year. So whenever you've got a new quarterback and a new running back, you don't know how those things are going to go, I think, initially. I wouldn't be that worried about Lowell. Obviously, they played a 6A school tonight. They beat Crown Point 21-7 last year. But, you know, this is something where the Red Devils can build off of and get better. I think Crown Point, obviously very impressive defensively.
Yes.
But they're going to have to improve on offense if they're going to play with the Lake Centrals and the Maryvilles.
Right, in the Duneland, you're right.
Maybe even the Valpos of the
This
world.
was a big confidence builder for them, though.
I think
They
so.
went into double overtime
Yeah.
and were able to score off the run.
Yeah.
You know, this was a
Tyler Gomez,
Right.
4-year TD, the only touchdown of the game, and the Bulldogs win 9-3 on Bulldog turf. But maybe the most impressive player of the night, and we'll go to these highlights in a second, Highland and Morton.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Andy Karstensen, he had a season tonight, Wayne, in the opener. I think he might have been trending on Twitter. That's, I mean, he was doing everything out there. At one point, again, I don't have his final stats because, you know, we needed a couple statisticians just for him. But at one point tonight, he had 2 interceptions, a TD reception, and a kickoff return touchdown. And that was early in the second half.
Right.
So I think Coach Greider, you know, folks might remember, Highland beat Andrean last year.
Yes.
But then they had some disappointing efforts throughout the rest of the season where they were competitive at maybe some winnable games. This is a huge win, I think, for Highland
so too.
out of the gate.
I think so too. And I think that Highland, if I was reading the paper right, they had some big kids on that defensive, offensive line, and they've got some skill in that. And I really think that Coach Greider is doing a great job at Highland and starting to turn that around.
All right, let's see some of the action. Highland and Hammond Morton tonight. And I want to see a little Andy Karstensen if we've got him, because he was setting the Twitter world on fire tonight because he was all over the place. Sean Kinsey, Maryville assistant, new coach at Morton.
That was Tevin Armstrong, I believe.
Yeah, Tevin Armstrong started throwing the ball very well, but then the Highland defense cooled him off.
Yep. We've been talking about Armstrong for the last 3 years, and he is just an outstanding quarterback.
Well, and I think for Highland to go on the road and be impressive,
Right.
There's Tevin Armstrong with the run for the TD. I mean, what is Highland 4A?
Yes.
I mean, this was really an
Great
impressive
run
win.
back here.
Again, we don't know how good Morton's going to be. This
Look at this
is
one.
I think
Welcome to the
this
house.
is I think this is Andy Karstensen right
Right.
here, going the distance on a kickoff return. Yeah, again, he had a career tonight for some guys. He was outstanding. There's a nice pick. This might be his pick because he was doing it all.
Yep.
Was he selling programs and handing out water? I don't know.
That
But he
is
might have
him,
done
number
that.
18.
Yeah, he's 18 again. He
That's
might
right.
have done that too.
Tough to bring
What
down.
a performance. Well, and again, we don't know how good Morton's going to be, but we know that in the past few years, there's another physical running back. Who's that guy? 44, huge guy going into the end zone. There's look like maybe a block punt, and Morton's going to return it. Interesting. I'm curious about Highland, and we'll see when they match up against some of the teams in their conference. The Lowells, the Andreans, the Munsters of the world.
Right.
We know Morton's been solid in recent years, but this was a thumping.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And next week they've Hammond, which will be a test for them. But I really thought that this game was a big key for them. If they just, played close to Morton and won it, that's fine. But I think they did a real good job.
Just by watching some of those highlights, they looked physical as well.
Hey, he scored 42 on Morton, who usually has very big linemen.
Right.
That's saying something.
All right. This is good TV, Wayne, because we've held the Andrean Maryville highlights till the end here. All right, the Pirates, the Post-Tribune had them number 1.
That's right.
In their poll, and I think they look pretty smart today.
Boy,
tonight,
I guess.
Because Lowell was number 1 in the other poll.
I know.
So the Post, score 1 for them, because Maryville was awfully impressive. Their young quarterback, Cameron Wright, he's a junior. He's got talent everywhere around him.
Kirkland, one of the ends, is back again, and he was amazing last year.
Yes, and he's just a junior.
Yes.
And Andrean with the new staff, Coach Skinner. I think I was doing this show back when he was playing.
I'm sure
so
we did.
He's getting older, not me. So Maryville and Andrean. Let's check out some of the highlights. Of course, Maryville's got Penn coming up next week at home. Students were out in that beautiful weather this evening. Is it ever going to cool off? It's going to be 75 for like a month and a half at least. Here's some Pirate highlights. Cameron Wright throwing the football. I guess opening drive, he came out of the gate and completed about 10, or completed 4 or 5 passes for 10 yards or more.
Wow.
That's some nice running there.
Another one.
Both the Maryville and the Lake Central quarterbacks don't look like young, scared guys.
No, they certainly don't.
Out of the gate, really, when you look at it. Kenyatta Smith for Maryville's defense had a couple picks tonight. Talked about Megan Wise with her extra points. Wright rolling the right side. When you have 3 or 4 guys that you have to cover like this, I think that's Kirkland there, number 11. It is difficult defensively to cover all of them.
Yeah.
Patrick Reardon, who played some quarterback for Andrean
That's right.
last year. I know he threw for a touchdown in this game, but Maryville has not beaten Andrean in three drives. Last 3 times, Andrean has won this game. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Maryville probably heard that a little this week.
Oh,
but they've heard it the last few years, though. Right. Here's Megan Wise right there, I think.
Nice kick.
And Coach Seiss talked about in the preseason about getting some kickers out there and being able to be consistent at least from the 30-yard range.
Right.
If you're consistent from the 30-yard range in high school and your extra points, that's all you need.
Oh, yeah. That's
all you need.
You're right.
The kicking game is so important in high school football because there's really, every team doesn't have a kicker or a punter. It's very difficult to have a solid kicking game.
That's right.
Chesterton, has done it for years locally, where they had a block punt tonight, where they've had great special teams. Schools like Lake Central and Maryville, when you have that kind of big student body, you got to have that be a strength.
I think wasn't Lake Central one of the first schools to have a girl?
Yes, a couple years ago. All right, we'll see you Thursday night. We're going to rapid fire scores coming up, and then we'll hit it for Thursday night on PFR. Here's all the finals we've got. 35-7. You saw the Pirates. Gavin impressive, Wayne, 56-0. East Chicago impressive.
East Chicago very impressive at Hammond.
Hanover 34-12 over NOLL. Chesterton with an upset over ranked Kokomo. Hobart wins big. Their play at LaPorte next week. That'll be a good game. LaPorte came from behind to defeat the Prairie. Crown Point in double overtime gets the leather helmet back. Munster falls to LC. KV, yeah.
Nice one over Rensselaer.
Coach Zach Prairie's first game. Coach Stewart, now defensive coach at LC, they had a nice defensive effort.
Oh yeah,
right?
they certainly did.
Roosevelt Delphi tomorrow. Lake Station had a 9-0 lead, but South Central came back.
I think Whiting and Clark is tomorrow too.
Well, obviously, yes. Well, sorry, I had Whiting playing River Forest tonight, but Whiting's playing Clark tomorrow. Wheeler defeated River Forest.
Right.
All right, we'll see you Thursday night for the first PFR. We've got some award winners for Players of the Week. We'll finally make Wayne pick some games because he got lucky this first week.
Yeah, sure did.
He didn't have to go out on a limb and pick anybody. You would have picked NOLL. I know you would have.
I did. I would have. That's right.
And if I would have, Crown Point, be happy we didn't have a show because I would have picked Crown Point, and that would have jinxed them, and they'd have probably lost tonight.
That's right.
All right, we'll see you Thursday night on the Prep Football Report.
A Flex Equity line from Tech Credit Union gives you convenient access to cash whenever you need it. This home equity loan features a low introductory rate and no closing costs. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Learn more at techcu.org or call Tech Credit Union at 800-276-TECH. This public service announcement is brought to you by NIPSCO. Hitting an underground utility line while digging may cause serious injuries, disrupt service, and result in a fine. Call 811 2 business days in advance of digging to have lines marked.
Programming on Lakeshore Public Television is provided by Strachan Van Til Food Market. Custom decorated cakes, breads, and baked goods right from the oven. Domestic meats and artisan cheeses in every store. 7 days a week, fresh is more than just a word. Strachan Van Til, built around you.
Support for PFR and PFR Scoreboard is provided by Geminus, partnering for the future. Captioning for PFR and PFR Scoreboard is provided by Voice-to-Print Captioning, LLC. Wardrobe for PFR and PFR Scoreboard provided by Gosser Corporate Sales Incorporated. Custom embroidery, screen, and digital printing. Further support provided by Fahrenheit 212 Restaurant and Bar.